In every city there are places that breathe creativity. But Rome is a city that creates even before you ask for. Its beauty becomes a blueprint, its chaos becomes energy, and its stories become ideas.
And today, in this city of visionaries, we're meeting one of the most daring creators, a designer who didn't just imagine the future, he started building it.
From futuristic vehicles to capsule boats that look like they just landed from another world, his work pushes every boundary, every rule, every impossible.
His creations are big, bold, and fast.
Founder of Lazzarini Design Studio, visionary, innovator, and the creative mind behind projects like the Jet Capsule, dear all, Pierpaolo Lazzarini.
And this is a special edition beyond the borders of France. We're here in Rome, and this is where our journey begins.
Pierpaolo, welcome to Born to Create. Pierpaolo, when people look at your work, it feels like watching the future. But what was the very first moment in your life when you wanted to create something?
Well, probably when I was 2 or 3, and I was doing my first castle with some Lego bricks.
So you were just a child?
Yeah, I was a child, and I immediately start to draw with my left hand. These drawings I remember, they were scenarios like a valley, and I started with some dinosaurs.
And you use nature also in your work?
Yeah, I'm used to say that inspiration comes always from the nature. Maybe an animal, a shape, or a woman, which is part of the nature.
So people know today your project, but not everybody knows the journey behind it. How did this all start? Where does it come from?
Oh, well, it's a very long story, but consider I want to make a movie. Now I will make a movie maybe with AI or something, because it's really a
Do you use
particular
AI in your work?
Recently, yeah, of course.
Okay, what do you like about AI?
That if you are good in something, the AI can give you one boost more.
Okay, true. So it can improve your work.
Yeah,
It's like a tool that we're using.
It's a tool. It's completely a tool, but it's a smart tool, which is not a hammer.
Yeah, of course.
So the story behind it, I was an artist in general. As I told you, I was drawing animals, environments. And then, of course, like all the child, I started with cars. So everything starts with a passion of the cars, the motors, and from there is the starting point, because I converted what it was maybe natural into more sophisticated drawings. And when I was 18, of course, I was near to get the license. I was very focused in. My dream was actually to design the car that I will drive next, maybe in the future.
And did you study something at university to get here?
Yeah, my first artistic school was the high school. It was a Liceo Artistico.
Yes, because in Italy we've got different high schools.
Yeah, there is also another story, because I did a classic school at the high school, and it was the first year of the classic school. And it was
just to explain, because they don't know.
I was doing a classic school like Latin, Greek, this kind of stuff that.
It's quite boring.
Yeah, but my grandfather, that was a philosopher, he wanted me to do this kind of studies. But meanwhile, there was a Latin lesson. I was drawing a car.
Okay, so you didn't match with the course.
No, but the teacher asked me, Lazzarini, what are you doing? And I said, I'm listening. But what am I doing there? I'm designing a car. So you listen the Latin lesson, and meanwhile you are designing a car. Yeah. The teacher say, but why you're doing this school if you like so much to draw? Because I was drawing all the time. And I said, because my grandfather wanted me to be.
So you were first?
Yeah, I was first. Not first, but my grandfather suggests. It's typical, in Italy. I want to be an artist. Go work. No.
Go work.
I changed school after. Then I went to artistic school, but was a high school. And after at the high school as well, I have a teacher that was French, half from Paris, half Italian. I don't remember his name. Is Cristiano Morandini. Never know if we'll watch this. And this teacher says, "But why don't you go in a specific design school because you love to design. I see you love cars, you like drawing. Then I went in Milan. I spent 4 years in Milan. The first 2 years with the school doing a mastership course in car design and mobility. Okay. And after, I started in that field. I did some seminaries with Chris Bengal.
Was there a specific moment or, for example, a project, a person that made you realize that this is actually what you wanted to dedicate your life to?
It was my project, not a person, not a...
Okay, so you had a vision.
Yeah, I had a vision, and I had a launch from an airplane without parachute because I was so into this that I didn't take precautions. Okay. I just went straight, put everything I had in my possibilities on that. Time and money and resources and everything, my life.
Your career looks incredible, like we saw your Instagram, on TikTok. But how is it, from your point of view, was it a straight path or there was doubts? Were you scared sometimes of this project?
Of course. We started from scratch and life it's electrocardiogram, how to say in English?
Yes, like that.
If there were no low moments, you can't be high, but there was some difficulties.
Would you like to share one of your most difficult situations that you experienced?
One of the most difficult was I had a partner before in a company that we produced this boat, and I feel this product, if we want to call it product, but I don't like to call it product.
How would you like to call it?
A vehicle. In this case, it's a vehicle, but it's not a product. It's something different than a product. Okay, a product is something made in series and made for be sold. This is something
that is unique
to have an experience, a different experience. So anyway, I was with this partner. It was difficult because the idea was mine. Money we put on it were the same. That was like his property as well. So they imagine this thing to be in a certain way, but I imagine in another. So
it's always difficult to balance two visions in a project, I think.
Yes.
When you're searching for an associate.
Yeah.
Anyway, this was quite a challenging task because I didn't listen sometimes to think.
Yeah, you like to go your way.
Yeah, I like to go my way. And at the beginning, there was a really black moment, which everything was not working, and the responsibility actually was mine because I choose that kind of components.
But you trust your intuition.
Yeah, I trust my vision. In this specific situation, it was difficult for me to share my child, let's call it like that, with somebody else. And at the end, this partner went out, fortunately.
Usually the case for most entrepreneurs, you have one vision and it's hard to have another person that doesn't see at all what you have in your brain. So sometimes it's better to separate and to know.
Exactly. That's what I did. This is an example that people say, you are crazy. Now you are giving this money for what? For an idea. Actually, I purchased, and this is quite pity, okay, because I'm paying what I create. It's not possible. People get mad. You're crazy. I was purchasing back my ideas. There was no value for that.
So, in front of us, you can take your model, perhaps.
Yes.
Would you like to?
My old model.
Your old model.
Consider.
How old is it?
It was 2009.
Well, okay.
And imagine in the 2009, nobody has the 3D printer. Thanks to a girlfriend that makes me a present. In Italy, that was not possible to buy. So from United States, I received one of the first 3D printers.
So she was a good girlfriend.
Yeah, she was a good girlfriend.
Nice gift.
Nice gift.
And she sent me this 3D printer, the first one, and I get completely lost on it. Because it was unbelievable that something that you can imagine can take form, and it was like Christmas every day. Because remember with the Santa Claus, I wake up the morning, the day of Christmas, and say, let's go there and see what happens. And I remember the first Christmas were magic because I found first video games. I remember a Batman character. It was a magic moment. And with the 3D printers was again like that, because I wake up the morning, I run to the printer and see what I put in printing during the night.
Yeah.
So every night was Christmas.
Okay, so why red?
Because like the cars, if you ask to a child, please draw me a car, what color?
Red.
Red.
Yeah. And you know why red? Because red is the car, red is the passion, red is our heart, our blood.
But why the idea of Jet Capsule? Where did it come from? Because it's quite spectacular, but
okay, yeah,
how
the
can
real
you think
story.
it?
You want to hear the real story?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
The real story of this Jet Capsule starts in a night of 2008 when I was designing. It was like a funivia, how to say in English?
We're gonna translate it.
Okay. So Elon Musk did the Hyperloop with the Boring Company, okay? And in the 2008, I designed the exactly same thing. This that was a capsule. It was looking like a coccinella, like a ladybug. And this capsule was connected to a metal rope in a tunnel that goes from Spain or France direct to the States, okay? That was this kind of Hyperloop. And then I discovered through another French designer, which is Mr. Philippe Cassen. I thank you because he gave me the ignition. So he sent me, I remember, through Facebook, this link of a design competition that was in Monza. Okay.
Always connected to cars.
Yeah, that was this exhibition, strange exhibition. It was a designer show, it was called. Okay, another funny story about that event. It was that I take this event as an excuse because I was with a very jealous girlfriend. Not the one. No, she was jealous as well, but not the one of the printer. And I was. It's true. I was bored of this relation. It was 2 years relation, and I was bored. I needed some time. I wanted to go away for a couple of days. So I went this design competition and I convert this ladybug shape into a boat. It was not like this, okay? Maybe I show you some drawings or you can put this part of the drawing. I still have this first presentation. I put Peppino Di Capri as background music. But it was destroyed. Meanwhile, it was online. I didn't know that this show was in streaming. So this girlfriend calls me and says, "I'm seeing you with the sunglasses."
Oh my God!
So you're spying me. How is possible? So anyway, at 12 o'clock I was wasted. I needed to go sleep. So I give the USB with the presentation, and I said I need to rush away. But the votes for decide who is the winner will start at 4. But I was really destroyed. I needed to go sleep. So I went back Milan. I went to sleep. When I wake up, there were like 35 calls, missed calls of my mother, my father, friends and girlfriends, and some strange numbers. I was the winner. I win this design show, but I wasn't even there because I needed to go sleep. And what it was fun that at the end, when they showed the competitors, there were some famous architects. They were there. I didn't know the picture of them with that, and my picture. They just took my picture
How
of
old are
Facebook. It was 2009, so I was 27.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's crazy because at the beginning you didn't want to go there. You were wasted on top of that.
What is okay? Why this is the start of this? Because randomly the life put me in the condition to present something. So I got the first input that this was liked from some people. Okay. I win
you won the competition.
and I didn't know before because if I win a competition means that something there worked.
It happened here.
Okay, that pushed me to start to develop more this thing because I made it just to present. I started to develop more of these vehicles, so I started make some first renderings, create different visuals, different environments, put it on YouTube. At the time, I make like 900,000 views. There was again another signal that somebody liked.
Something was
because
working.
then I start to receive emails and emails. I receive hundreds of emails. How much? How much? How much? But these also push me to develop further this idea.
And also
vision.
inside you can change totally.
Yeah,
from
you
the
can change it.
outside.
It's a custom vehicle, so you can have what you want inside. You can place a bed, a toilet, or just passengers. Make it like a van, make it like a sport car, or like a camper, whatever.
And right now, are you working in Italy or even abroad? Like,
No, I'm working from here in Italy, and the clients are not from here.
okay,
More
so they're
international.
In Italy, this kind of product in general, but also other designs. My designs are more devoted. It's
Got
a
it.
general public, but not Italians. Let's
okay
say.
because maybe we're more traditional and
More traditional. And example of these, we like to be open on the sea, on a boat. There's no conception of something enclosed, but actually we are enclosed every day in the cars. Okay, so
course.
this must be seen more like a car and not like a boat. That is
okay.
the sense.
Okay, that is the sense.
So where can we find this outside of Italy?
You can find it in Canada, in Saudi Arabia, in Russia. The first 2 units we sold in the 14, they were in Russia. In Korea, in a lake, in Spain, and in Italy. There are just 9 in the world.
Whoa.
It's very
This is-
limited. This is 9 units in 5 years.
In 5 years,
It's
okay.
very detailed and tailor-made.
But how do you see, for example, the future of innovation? Because you're a designer.
Now everything is faster, and it's really shocking what is happening with the AI. And as a designer, now other people can approach this world. Someone see this thing like a bad thing, like somebody is thinking, okay, we are losing our jobs because somebody else now can do what we spend a lot of time to do. Now they can do it. Actually, no. There is like, we'll put each of us at the same level, and the difference will be really our mind, how we direct this tool. I was designing a boat, and then I asked to the AI to create me a different part. They make 20 proposals, and between these 20, I really like one idea that actually, okay, I still have to work to convert that into a real shape, real form for the production, etc., for the safety, for whatever. But the idea, the input, look, this it's cool. It's just random. It's like magic.
Since time seemed not to be so important for you because you produced 9 models in 5 years.
Yeah, 7 years actually.
In 7 years.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your day? What do you do during your day?
Before I was with this design studio in Rome,
Rome.
as I told you. After I moved back here, that was my family. I choose to be near my family. The typical day is when I have free time, that it's gold to me, is sit down on my computer, think at least inside my right part of the brain of the files I still have incomplete, which means ideas but not proposed yet on the screen. So I may want to go to the studio to design something, but then when I arrive, I open another thing, I get another idea. And what is the problem now with the AI? I had already many ideas, and the AI gives me
Gives you
more.
more.
And,
So
so it's really
Overload.
difficult to find the time for do the proper stuff in terms of production and focusing on something. Just one. Okay, now just one. That is difficult.
How do you see yourself? Do you see yourself as an artist, an engineer, or an entrepreneur?
I see myself as an artist, but an artist that became an entrepreneur. And,
okay. So you born artist and you were
I born
raised
artist.
entrepreneur,
I
by the
become
way.
a mechanic.
Okay.
And I work as a mechanic.
Yeah.
The first boat, and not only the first, but sometimes I was in the trunk of the boat breaking some part, and I said, I don't think many people that do my job did this
Okay, what actually did it?
before.
Yeah.
Sometimes entrepreneurs, they have to do everything. They have multiple
Yeah.
caps.
Yeah.
Just change in function.
Yeah, and everything. Anyway, even if tomorrow I start a cooking lesson, it can be useful for my job. Maybe I got inspiration from that cooking lesson to design something that
Okay.
is nothing to do with the cooking.
Since you talk about inspiration,
Yeah.
what do you inspire you?
The nature.
The nature. Always nature.
Let's say
Also,
the nature.
your logo, it's like
Yeah.
a swan.
Yeah.
So it's also related to nature.
Yeah.
Yeah, why the swan? Why do
Because
I-
the swan is one of the most fascinating and beautiful animals. Very elegant shape, and its shape, it works and it's matching perfectly with the natural environment they have around. They can fly, they can be in the water, they can be in the ground. So to me, it's the perfect animal.
And we see on Instagram and TikTok videos about this one boat.
Oh yeah. That is a concept yacht.
That was incredible.
I designed. Now it's few years that is around.
Okay, what's the story behind this boat?
The boat is called the Avanguardia,
Okay.
which means avant-garde. But in that case, it was called Avanguardia because the command cockpit was really in the
Okay.
front
Yeah.
top of the boat, so
Yeah,
you
I
had
can
the
see it.
avant-garde. Yeah, I wanted to design a boat that was connected to my logo. That actually this swan nobody noticed, but is like an L and a Zeta, as my last name is Lazzarini. What you see on internet, okay, is what I release.
Yeah.
What is behind is like 25 3D files of different version of different lengths of different.
Actually, we don't know.
No, okay, for the
I
imagination.
think we could have seen that with the post with the huge turtle,
Oh,
Yeah, it was a turtle too.
like a huge city on the water.
Now I saw many of these videos with the AI because like I see some stadium and I started that because I wanted to design a soccer stadium floating in the water. But then I said, okay, no, why a soccer stadium? I don't even go
It
to the
needs to be
soccer.
related to nature.
Yeah,
Yeah,
perhaps.
so that was this floating city, but I had also this idea from the very beginning. I had hundred of files on the computer with different Pangeos, the
Okay.
name of the project is. So I have files Pangea, Pangeos, Pangeos 1, Pangeos 22, 23. At the end, I said, okay, but let's make it like a turtle. And when I had the idea, then finally I loved the shape, and then finally I start to work. Consider all these animation came out from 3 months of work, but it was 3 months like disconnected in a spaceship cabin, just doing that.
Do you have some hidden files that you want to share with our audience?
I have many
projects.
many files.
Like, for example, the most recent project that you are working on.
I told you this is the new version of the Jet Capsule,
Jet
which is
Capsule.
going to be presented the next year, 2026. It's a 12 meters version, Jet Capsule.
Okay, I've got a question for you because I talked with your friends. He talked about the Cannes situation that you had 2 months ago.
Yeah, it was a super adventure because I received a call from a client
Okay.
that they want the boat to be testing a boat.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And sometimes the test is part of the boat was in Rome. So I call immediately all the transportation company in Italy because it looks a tiny vehicle maybe in the pictures, but
actually it's not.
It's not. It's 8 meters. It's very wide. It's very tall. It's when you will see it from real, you understand. So you need a special permission, a special transport, exceptional transport, road permissions, whatever. And it was impossible in all Italy find somebody that can, even with no problem of budget. Okay,
Yeah.
Nobody can take this thing from Rome to Cannes by road. So it was Thursday, after tried all the possibilities, that me and him, we decide to just leave the port of Rome and reach Cannes with a boat.
And how long did it take to reach Cannes?
2 days. We stop.
2 days.
We stop in the night in Sanremo.
Okay.
And we proceed to Cannes.
Okay.
Can you
We've been-
give it like this to the clients? Because it's not new anymore if you drove it until
No,
there.
that was available in Cannes by Saturday, and it was Monday. The client purchased because, for instance, when we place this boat in the water for the first time, after 2 weeks of use, we had some water pump failure, which is a stupid issue that it can happen or it can never happen. But fortunately, we noticed. Otherwise, there was a problem. So it's always good to test as much as possible.
Thank you, Pierpaolo. And now the question I've been asking every guest here at Born to Create.
Are entrepreneurs born, not made?
You know what to do. We're gonna leave you and think about it.
Born or made? Born or made? Questo è il dilemma.
Entrepreneurs are born, not made. This is Born to Create, the entrepreneurs of Sorbonne University.
Based in Paris, our stories travel beyond borders. Each podcast episode is a deep dive into the world of creators who challenge limits, transform possibilities, and redefine innovation. But in 2026, we take a new step forward.
Born to Create leaves the recording studio and enters the lecture halls of the Sorbonne, a series of unique live events where students and professionals experience firsthand the stories and methods of great innovators.
An initiative born from the EMTE Master's Program under the Sorbonne Entrepreneur Signature, conceived to inspire the next generation to create, dare, and leave their mark.
Born to Create, because every creative leaves a trace. Every idea deserves a stage.